is the victory. Momentous, historic. The first time Afghanistan have won 2 matches in a World Cup. Absolutely fantastic.
This is a moment that they will not forget in a hurry. An historic moment for Afghanistan, an historic victory for them. This is your Digital Daily. And joining me on Digital Daily is Natalie. Oh, how big was that?
Oh, it's a big win. It tells you in the numbers, actually, if you look at it and you go, all right, they won by 8 wickets, first of all, so that's a hammering of Pakistan, really. It's also their first ever ODI win over Pakistan in 8 attempts. It's only their 3rd win in Cricket World Cups as well, and this is their 3rd tournament. 2 of those wins have come in this tournament. So the numbers tell you how big this is for Afghanistan. Obviously, from their point of view, a couple of players that have been there for such a long time, they'd be absolutely loving this. It was beautiful, actually, to watch afterwards the celebrations and stuff, because you saw Rashid Khan with the flag over his shoulders, for example, and things like that. And I think it just means so much to these guys who've been through, obviously, a lot, not an opportunity to really train even in their own country. They're all over the place and they're traveling so much. There's so much on them that they finally have brought a big win together.
And how important have these openers been at the top? They've been very, very consistent.
Absolutely. A lot of their plans rely on those 2 openers when it comes to batting. They're not a good chasing side. They prefer rather to set. And actually, the 2 generally take their time usually through that 10-over first power play. But tonight, they were so much better in terms of the run rate through that 10 overs. They went to 6 and over, and most teams have struggled in the 10 overs here under lights in that first power play through the tournament. So it just shows you how good they were.
And what about the men who followed? Hashmat and Rahmat weren't too bad.
Absolutely, and I think one of their plans would have been, obviously, a big opening partnership was crucial. They got it, 130, but then you need to make sure that there's backup for that, because they so easily could have ended up collapsing after that. And we've seen it through the tournament from Afghanistan, how heavily they rely on those top 2.
I know we talk about the batting, but what about a youngster, an 18-year-old Noor Ahmed? He broke the spine of that Pakistani lineup.
Yeah, I first saw him actually at the Under-19 World Cup. He played in South Africa in 2020, and he also played in the Caribbean last year. And you looked at him and you go, okay, well, first of all, left arm, wrist spin, already you get excited. And now to get an opportunity in a World Cup game, his first ever senior World Cup match, and he picks up wickets as well. It'll do his confidence a world of good, and it just adds a little X factor to that Afghanistan bowling lineup.
You talk about those 3 wickets, it's got to be one of the moments of this edition of the Cricket World Cup. It should be a part of your ICC digital collectibles. Get across to cricktoss.com for further details. Let's talk about Pakistan, shall we? Is their bowling as good as we make it out to be?
They are missing Naseem Shah, there's no doubt about that. He is a massive loss, but at the same time, they kind of need to get on with that now. They need to move it aside and move along. Unfortunately for me, SHREE obviously not striking with a new ball makes a big difference. He didn't get any swing up front. He's been better at the back stages of the games, but I actually think more than anything, I think Babar Azam's captaincy tonight let them down a little bit. He wasn't quite on the ball. I don't think he made the right bowling changes. It's obviously easier to see from the sidelines, but I thought the tactics were a little bit questionable. I was surprised he relied so much on the spinners when their strength really is in the seam.
Pakistan will have to get going because they've got another massive game that is coming here in Chennai up against South Africa in a couple of days' time. Because you look at that points table, Afghanistan and Pakistan not too far away. But thank you so much, Natalie, for joining us, and this is your Digital Daily.